What is going on, crypto family? This is your boy Random Arts coming with a late video. And on this video, guys, we're going to be talking about Binance really digging in on CTO type projects, as well as talking bad about these Cabal type of plays that pretty much control the supply. And we're gonna dive a little bit into it. Like I keep telling you guys, you gotta be in the narrative, guys, before the overall market think the narrative is popular. And this is why, I'm bringing you guys this video so that way you guys could be able to capitalize on some of these insane gains that is about to happen in this market. Now there's several other CTOs that I've been looking at and that they've been doing pretty well. Not gonna name them specifically on the channel. I am gonna establish position in it, and I'll probably just talk about it after the fact. But yeah, guys, things are really looking up for CTOs, and you guys know my favorite CTO is Roaring Kitty. So we're gonna be discussing Binance new article or new statement that they just released, and again they're bashing these Cabal type of plays. So make sure you do me a huge favor before I dive too deeply into it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I definitely love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinion about Binance. Now, if you take a quick look at the overall global crypto market, it is up 1.66% in the last 24 hours. Bitcoin was sitting above 62, currently at 61.9. So it's like up and under 62. So yeah, it seems like October it's slowly happening. And again, I showed you guys in my previous video that this is normally the trend for it. It does not happen right away. So I'm looking more towards middle to end of October to really start seeing many tokens start to fly. And yeah, hopefully you guys are being patient and not just selling because you're not seeing green candle. I keep telling you guys, like, selling does not happen until roughly Q2, Q3 of 2025. Any asset that you have right now, if you're selling, then you're essentially being you're going to be a loser on that asset, because due to the fact that the parabolicness of the whole market going up, you're not capturing that gain. So, but you guys do what you want to do with your own bag. At the end of the day, it's yours. Sell, keep it, whatever. Again, it's not my money. But to further, talk about my proof as far as like the market is shifting over to CTO, you had a post today by CoinMarketCap said which CTO community is the most active right now. Guys, I keep telling you, find a narrative, get to the narrative before the overall market find it value. And if you're able to do that, then you're going to be able to capture insane amount of gains. So now on to Binance, guys. So Binance dropped this he said curious about the latest buzz in the crypto community. So they dropped this yesterday. And Bubble Map picked it up and they highlighted some of the key points within the article. Definitely recommend that you guys go out and you take a look at it, but we are just going to discuss just the key parts of it. And big shout out to Maps for outlining it. But let's go with number two. So starting with number two, it's centralization risk often overlooked. And this is exactly what I was telling you guys about in my video over a month ago. I was saying this is the stuff that some people really don't watch for whenever they're investing into crypto. They just think like, hey, I'm just investing into, you know, a meme coin, it's gonna go to the moon, and boom, they end up not making money, and they're wondering, scratching their head, why am I not making money? Am I just, you know, unlucky? And they think like investing into these meme token is just luck, and you just rolling the dice, and you're automatically be able to capitalize. Like people treat it like a lottery, but they're, you know, and even with the lottery, if you're just playing it like a lottery, some people are putting thousands of dollars into it. I never heard anybody playing the lottery and they're putting thousands of dollars into the lottery. They're buying tickets for like 5, 10, 15 bucks at most, 20 bucks at most. Some of you guys, you're not, you know, Essentially, just kind of like how this is. It says sniping 80% of the supply, send free tokens to KOL, dump on your investors, claim to be a CTO. Yeah, that is not a CTO because a lot of people really don't understand the concept of a CTO. And I'm gonna try to make a full breakdown video as far as like with a CTO, how to look for. I mean, I started the process and there's a video out there. I don't know when I made it, but I did break down like what I look for as far as within the CTO. But again, this is some of the stuff that Binance outlines. A centralized risk significantly impact decision making process. Treasury management. That's a big one because a lot of time some of these projects they'll have a huge control of the supply in their treasury. Um, and it's like and how they how Binance pointed out says in overall governance, like they're controlling it. They have a high concentration of the power, and if one thing happens to that treasury wallet, um, exploit rug pull, like different things could happen, and if that happen, it just pretty much kills that token. Now, the reason why Binance is talking about it because if they're listing these tokens on their platform and they're getting rugged and their holders or their customers, because keep in mind the customers on Binance, they go on Binance to be able to buy tokens to be able to make money. So putting a token that has a high concentration as far as tokens onto their platform is a big no-no for them because it essentially their customer is exit liquidities, and this is what Binance is trying to avoid. So anybody that you see that's calling Binance a big cabal and all this, and they're an influencer, best believe they have some free tokens and they're just looking for exit liquidity, and this is why they're crying wolf. Like side eye people who start saying like, oh, having a high concentration amount of token is not a bad thing. Like BS. What you mean it's not a bad thing? Like at any given time, you could dump. That risk is gonna always be there. Like, no, trust me, bro, I'm good for it. I don't need. Yeah, that's one thing about crypto. You should at least you guys should probably already know is trust is not you know a high commodity or it's not trust is not is a buzzword right now in crypto because a lot of the developers, a lot of the influencers, guys, they all are, no, I wouldn't say all, majority of them are shady. Like, how many times do you have to get rugged to realize, like, oh my God, these devs, these teams, they're shady. And some of you guys sunk so much money into it and you've lost so much, but you're continuing to keep going, you know, thinking you guys are playing craps. Like, there's a method to all this. But yeah, that's number two. That's what they talked about. Number three, they used a case study. They said case study concentration of token holders and meme Z. Now I'm getting to somewhere with all this because this is, some people might think like, oh, this just came out of nowhere, but no, this actually did not just come out of nowhere. They put at first glance, it may appear that token Z is widely distributed with nearly 200,000 addresses holding the token. However, a closer examination of on-chain transaction revealed that many of these addresses are interconnected, likely indicating ownership of a single entity. So whenever you start seeing these tokens that have like, let's say, like they mentioned 200,000 addresses, but this one big wallet that was able to snipe, or have a big concentration of the token, they started distributing their tokens to different random wallets, making it seem like on chain, like they have a lot of holders. And in fact, the community itself is not really that big, but they are gonna, attract different investors because they're looking at the holder address, like, oh my God, this token have 200,000 people that's invested into it, but really it's just this one person, which is the dev that just distributed all this different token everywhere. Most people are not seeing that, and this is a concern that Binance is saying, like, hey, this is the trend that we're currently seeing right now in the market. So next step right here, He says, in this case, we identify potential indicators of front running with a significant portion of the token supply acquired by related addresses within the first hour of token sale. Furthermore, the substantial concentration of token held by these related address pose a considerable risk of dumping pressure. And that's exactly what I was talking about, guys. Like risk reward. Many people don't look at risk reward. This is like if you're going to gamble, if you're going to treat it like a lottery ticket, use lottery ticket size, $20, 20, 30, $40 if you're really going to do that. Now, if you're trying to do 20, 30, $40 on a $200 million market cap, like forget about it. You're not really going to be able to make that money. Like I'm talking about if you're going to do 20, $30, it got to at least be under, in my opinion, under 5 million market cap if you're going to treat it like a lottery. Because some people 20, 30, $40, you just put it in there, it goes to zero, but in the chance that it goes all the way up to the moon, your 20, 30, $40 could easily become like 3, 4, $5,000, if you're treating it like a lottery. But yeah, so they talked about all of this, and again, it was a pretty good article. Now the reason why they're mentioning all of this is due to the fact that they just listed this token right here. I want to say it's called Egen. Egen just recently got listed onto their platform, and next thing you know, guys, Egen quote unquote got hacked, and 1.67 million Egen token was sold via MetaMask, and that was about at $3.30. I'm sorry, 1.367. I want to say it was about like close to $3 million or something like that. But it was a lot. That was just dumped. And it was dumped after the Binance listing. Right? So Binance essentially wrote this article in result of this. And this is what I'm suspecting. Now, this is just my thought, my theory behind it. Because we're seeing these type of plays happening onto the market, this is going to end up forcing Binance to go after more CTOs. And the reason why I say this is because of this, guys. Again, when they had this big, huge parabolic success, because this is what you call a good success, due to the fact that Nero, you know, is a CTO. All the tokens are already distributed for it. So a team is not holding, a huge supply. And once it get listed on there, it's gonna capture the success story, like people who are making money. Because a lot of time when people start, the reason why you find out about a lot of these tokens is once they start making money, right? Someone make huge amount of money. They put in $500 into it, and they turn that $500 into $500,000. Those are the success stories that people like to hear. And once they start hearing about it, they're gonna make it be more attractive. And this is why Shiba Inu became Shiba Inu, because you heard about somebody turned this small amount of money and they turn into millions of dollars. And not only that, a community is formed around it. It's just repeating the same thing of a Shiba Inu, guys. If you look at the makeup of it, that's essentially what's happening. And true CTOs, they tend to follow those same models where, the token is distributed out. Now, if, on the other hand, if you look at the other Nero, you're seeing a different result, especially when it comes to the chart. The chart looks a lot different. Reason why the chart looks a lot different, because the ownership of the token, um, it's a high concentration, and throughout some of this dump right here, it was somebody who had access to the wallet and they started dumping. Now these influencers who's, crying wolf and all this and that, Nero this, Nero that, they're holding some, and again, they're just essentially shilling for their bag, you know. But in my opinion, like seeing something like this is not appealing. Not appealing for me at all. I could miss it. Like this could go all the way to the moon, go to, from a $59 million market cap going all the way to like a $5 million market cap. Would I be sad if I missed this play? Absolutely not, because I know 9 times out of 10 If I try to play the same type of plays like this, I'm going to end up losing. So these are low odds type of plays. I want high odds type of plays where I feel like I'm more in control. What am I more in control of? Roaring Kitty, guys. And the reason why I'm more in control of it is due to the fact that this is community based. And this is why CTOs is becoming, I'm looking at more and more CTOs because once it's out of the hand of the developers and it's into the community, I could trust the community, to try to do whatever they can to be able to get their get the token price up. And how they're going to do that? They're going to shill. They're going to talk about it. They're going to tell their friends. They're going to tell their family members about it. And it's going to just become an organic thing. And not only that, I don't have to, the only people that's going to be able to sell on me is going to be the members. But the members in itself, they're the one who bought in. Like some bought in low, some bought in high, and it's redistributed. So long term, if you're looking at this from a long term perspective, the token price is going to constantly go up. It's simple as that. So when I say CTOs is the next meta, guys, it is definitely the next meta. And again, like I mentioned, I'm looking at some other CTO plays as well too that I think is gonna do really, really well in the future. But I think Roaring Kitty, based upon 700, because think about it, and this is what I want people just to be able to realize: we have 724 holders, guys. Some of the other tokens have thousands, and the reason why they have thousands is because people are distributing, tokens to different wallets, making it seem it's essentially artificial, right? It's artificial, but our token price and how our token is even structured, like even when you look at it from a a chart standpoint, our chart looks a lot better than a lot of these different tokens that's out there because it is being done organically, you know. But I thought I'd at least make this video tonight, and then I'm approaching 20 minutes. But guys, Binance is on the tear. So this is, and I forgot to mention, this is what I believe is going to happen. So because Binance seen this success right here, right? And after they list Egen and they essentially dumped, I think Binance is going to go after more CTOs because then they're going to have a little bit more control, and also it's going to be better user experience, the people on Binance. Because if they were like, oh my God, Binance listed this token and I bought it and it went all the way up to the moon, yeah, they're gonna get feedback from that, and people are they're gonna be looking at tokens like this that the community owns. Because at the end of the day, if the community is the one that owns the token, then the community is gonna be the one that's gonna shill help this, and it's just gonna become a whole movement versus a team that got free tokens. Because at the end of the day, once it gets up, they're like, dump, let's start a new token. Dump, let's start a new token. Community members, because a lot of times when you see community members, they'll stay in a failing project, still shilling it. You know, the diamond handers, the retail investors, or wouldn't you say retail, but you know, the little guys, they still shilling a failing token. Safe Moon for a great example. Safe Moon CEO, was indicted. They still was like, we still believe, you know what I mean? This is the best. Like, like those are the type of community members that you tend to see in different cryptos. But they had their faith in, um, essentially in their CEO versus the community. So I'll make a separate video talking about that, because the cult like mentality for any token that's a CTO, that is going to be the one that's going to succeed the best. But that's all I have for you guys tonight. Random Art signing off. Peace.